Hi, my name is Johny and I welcome you to the second episode of my colony of psychopaths survival story. Well, let's not delay. All I want to say is I'm playing with the combat extended mod and all my colonists, regardless of whether they were captured or I ransomed them from slavery, have to be psychopaths. Basically, those are all the rules for this playthrough. Well, let's get started. In the last episode, we built a fridge, installed solar panels, and at the very end of it, we recruited this wonderful person. Now all we need to do is build him a bed. Well, let's get going. Actually, we need to think about getting him some sort of armor and a weapon. Well, of course, it should be a firearm because his shooting skills are extraordinary. But how are we going to make money? Well, it's actually quite simple. We're going to disassemble our raiders, extract various body parts from them, and sell them on the black market. I think it's pretty profitable. It would also be nice to set up a cotton farm to sell cotton, because in this game leather and any kind of fabric sell really well. So let's get to it. We had guests come over and I noticed a huge herd of deer at the edge of our map. Well, if we need food, I know where we should go. Look, it seems there was a fight here. Yes, this dragon attacked the mega sloth and won, and he didn't even get any injuries. I did say in our last episode that his armor would pose a major problem during an attack. Our guests have a muzzle for a mortar, but I have no money at all and there's nothing I can sell to earn money, so we'll have to go without a weapon for now. My main idea now is to plant a lot of stuff. We need to plant rice, then we'll have cotton, and then we'll plant a healing root. That's basically everything we need to survive. Our guests left us a gift. Look, this is a shell. We can probably sell it later. So our food's running low, so it's time to hunt a little. I'm really afraid to attack this huge herd because they might attack us back. Let's take care of these animals. I suggest we put some shelves in our warehouse and place them closer to our fridge, because this part of the warehouse will most likely become part of our house eventually. So that we don't waste time later on expanding and moving all these shelves, I think the most logical thing would be to build them where they won't need to be moved later. An exotic merchant came to our card and for some reason almost all of them are wearing gas masks. I don't know where they came from or what they brought, but let's have a look. He actually has a lot of stuff. He even wants to buy our pet, but we're not going to sell it. By the way, he wants to buy the shell that we got from our guests. Let's sell it. Well, he really doesn't have anything else in principle. It's okay. We earned something anyway. Well, our guests have littered, eaten, and gone home. Just look how heavily armed this squad is. Look, they have armor, machine guns, all sorts of level 3 helmets from PUBG. I've revamped our fridge a bit, or rather improved it, added wooden walls, wooden coverings. It looks pretty nice now, and I'm expanding our warehouse now and will also add wooden walls here and then gradually add some kind of coating. Well, our house is already becoming something quite cozy and beautiful. We received a task to save a merchant who was attacked by 12 aggressive animals, and in exchange for such medications I can accept this task. And look, we got attacked by some sort of bugs. What are these? Or are they slugs or something? Well, wow. I'm seeing this for the first time. For this monster to be killed. Who killed it? The same dinosaur. And he also died from his wounds. He's just too strong a monster. And this time he proved he's worth something. Well, we'll analyze them later. We'll use this one for meat and scales. And this one for meat and mucus or mushrooms. I don't know what it produces. If we have time, of course, because it will rot soon. But we'll have time for this one anyway. So let's go back to defense. Let's put up our fighters. And this fighter, he's sleeping anyway. So let's not bother him. Let's go. Let's take a look at what we have here. Where are our slugs? Here they come. Now let's watch the attack. The first, the second, the third, the fourth. We just don't have enough traps. So our fighters will have to shoot anyway. Look, they've already killed almost everyone. This is very good. And now all the slugs are destroyed, and some of them will even be used for our food. And our reward didn't take long to come, and it has already arrived. By the way, guests came to our base. Let's see what they have to offer. I don't see anything interesting at all. Well, let's check out our monsters. As I said, we simply didn't have time for this. It started to rot. But we will have time for this in any case. I just want to see what we can get out of it. Look, we get chitin from these slugs. Well, as I understand it, some meat or not. I don't think so. No, only chitin. Something not very profitable monsters. Now let me see what we get from this huge dinosaur. And I actually like it. Look how much skin we have. We didn't get any scales. Well, I guess the game's mechanics just don't allow it. Or I need to download some mod. Let's see. God, how much meat. This is simply incredible. Yes, thank the dinosaur and the slug for getting into a fight. Meanwhile, our warehouse is turning into something more or less pleasant. 2 of our colonists are actively engaged in rebuilding our warehouse, and I think in the future we will build a living space here. We are being attacked, and this is actually quite a big problem because we no longer have any defensive structures. Well, the minimum. I doubt that this beetle will go through these 2 traps and not bypass. Well, let's wait and see, and we will order our guys to hide at the base. In any case, we will stop it, but we will see at what cost. Well, it turned out to be so dumb that it went through our 2 traps and was destroyed. It is necessary to finish it off urgently because beetles have one unpleasant thing. They get up very quickly even if they were injured. So we finished it off and are lifting the bans on leaving our base. Then we can dismantle it and sell its chitin along with the beetle meat for a fair price. By the way, our rice has ripened and we're about to have quite a bit of food. This obviously brings me joy. And yet again, we're just experiencing thunder and lightning without any rain. Another problem is hitting us, but I'm really hoping that we'll manage to make it through this time. Just look at this horror show. Everything's on fire and I guess half of my map will simply turn into a barren desert. Of course, the issue is that my kill box and essentially all my walls are made of wood. They truly need to be replaced with stone so I don't have to worry about storms like this. Because if lightning strikes my wall and sets it on fire, we'll be left defenseless. So let's start gradually replacing our walls with stone. We do have quite a lot of stones, so I think we can pull it off. Especially the kill box needs to be made out of stone because if a stone explodes inside it, we won't be able to cope. Some kind of conditional boom rat or boomolope, then everything will catch fire and we'll be left without a kill box. But if it's made of stone, then there won't be any need to be afraid in principle. Another raid. We are being attacked by 2 enemies and they are attacking right now. One of them has a pistol, I even know who I will give it to. And one has grenades. And by the way, they even have bulletproof vests. Not bad. Let's destroy our enemies. We will order our guys to hide on the territory of our base and wait for an attack. Let's bring our fighters to firing positions just in case. Because you see, the raiders decided to break our walls. By the way, the main problem, as I said, was that they set fire to our wooden wall. Let's order our soldier to extinguish it. And by the way, as you can see, the raider fell in our kill box and the second one just started running. Well, today we were left without a bulletproof vest and without a pistol, but what can you do? Refugees asked to come to our base, and they don't belong to any faction. That is, we can just arrest them now and dismantle them. I like this idea already. Let's do this. It's just that eventually they will betray us and turn out to be spies of some enemy faction. So let's be ahead of the game. Well, that's just 2 people. I think we will succeed. Let's wait until they come to our base and let's, well, casually build another bed in the room for our prisoners. I hope they don't guess anything. In the meantime, our new colonist is awake and is already building a wall. Well, almost no one sleeps anymore. Let's send our new guests to this room and take their weapons from them beforehand. Because, well, why don't they be left without weapons, right? And take all our colonists and go into this room too. I hope they don't suspect anything yet. Well, let's arrest them, all of them. We have 2 prisoners and we will dismantle them slowly. Alright, let's carry on and see how our doctors handle this task. Here's the first kidney, the second kidney, the lung. Regrettably, he passed away, but we still got the heart. Excellent. And so, after all this time, our colonist has finally decided to go back to fishing to train his pet. Because, as we've already noticed, our pet really loves fish, and when it eats fish, it learns much more effectively and much better. By the way, some shipwreckage landed nearby. Let's dismantle it and get some components from it. Because after all, components are quite a valuable and not so common resource on this map. Meanwhile, our crops keep growing and growing. Soon we'll have plenty of cotton, healing root, and of course we'll be harvesting our rice for the second time. I can't wait for the merchants to arrive on our map. Alternatively, we'll research microelectronics and contact a space merchant to sell off all these organs we've harvested from our bones. I think we're going to make a good amount of money, which we can spend on weapons, armor, and other nice things, like a TV for our colonists. Look, our storage area is already evolving into a real, quite nice, beautiful storage area. You can already see the boundaries of where our main house will eventually expand. Look, I've decided to slightly improve the room where we butcher animals and make it a bit more appealing. I believe that generally it wasn't for nothing. All in all, I believe this marks the end of the second episode of our survival in RimWorld with the combat extended mod and the fact that all of my colonists are psychopaths. It's been Johny with you. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, watch other videos on my channel and comment on this video. Until we meet again.